With more and more talented acts entering the game, people have also become way stricter about their standards regarding which type of vocal is considered good enough to make the idol a legit artist. Probably, this is also the reason why Gen 4 idols are working harder to perform live. But according to netizens, there were only a few that managed to stand out, not only because of their always singing live, but also for the sophisticated singing techniques that never made them sound off-pitch and homespun. Number 1. Lily, NMIXX. Though NMIXX has just debuted for about 3 months, her vocal capability has already left people speechless, because it both possesses an overwhelming internal force and the skillful use of various techniques, especially the legato and resonance. Even when professional critics entered the chat, for example, the famous vocal coach Katrinka, the positive reaction to Lily's vocals was still the same. She said Lily was a promising power builder, super similar to Solar from Mamamoo, and there was a fun combination of power and clear resistance in Lily's voice, which Katrinka very liked.
She does have that resistance in her voice, which I really like.
Though Lily hasn't done any big belts, Katrinka said she saw the capabilities in Lily to be among a few developed belters, because of the little belt from the chest she made in the Survivor cover with Chaewon.
I'm a survivor, I'm not gonna give up, I'm not gonna stop.
Some netizens even said Lily was a total game changer for the entire company's positioning, because JYP Entertainment has never been home to vocals that could gain such a reputation like her. This viewpoint was even further consolidated when Lily's raw vocal was heard in NMIXX's debut showcase. And most agreed it was so surreal that they were brought to a new dimension by her voice.
You can see
Putting her capabilities into an objective perspective, others still said she was probably the best vocalist of JYP Entertainment until now. And as her vocals got that Western and heavy R&B feel to it, some said it was refreshing to see a new element like Lily in the K-pop, where vocals are often more soothing, bright, and pure. Number 2. Ningning, aespa. Being home to many legendary vocalists of K-pop, SM Entertainment never once fails to meet the expectations of people about what a main vocalist of a group should sound like. That's also why, when Ningning appeared in her introductory video teaser and implicitly claimed the main vocalist position, no one raised questions about that, because her voice is scarily impressive. Her vocal is so impressive that after the famous vocal coach Justin Burke learned about Ningning, he immediately traced back to her pre-debut live vocal to see if it was true that she was so good. And as you can guess, Burke's impression of Ningning in the reaction video was priceless, and everything he said about her throughout the session was flattering compliments.
She can really sing. She has such a beautiful, pure vocal tone.
He even paid attention to little details and said he especially liked her vowels when singing. And because they were perfect, her resonant tone was also complimented. Another special thing about Ningning's vocal, according to this vocal coach, was that though her voice is like a powerhouse, the vocal tone was extremely pure and soothing, rather than giving out a heavy and opera-esque feeling. In other words, she sounds like a Disney princess. And this well explains why SM actually reached out to her first. Or, according to a deep dive analysis, Ningning was also said to be among the most developed Gen 4 vocalists, with every register having some type of development, especially that from her chest. Compared to other girls in aespa, her mid-range is the cleanest and strongest, and her approach was also the most highly regarded. One of the most impressive things about her vocal is that, despite an inherently high and light tone, Ningning's low notes still have lots of depth and ease, making her one of the rare idols with the broadest range in K-pop. For example, her support was seen diving down to G3 and even F4 comfortably.
Some people want it all, but I don't want nothing at all.
Despite all of this, Ningning has been made a laughingstock due to the fact that aespa doesn't sing live. But apparently, after their trip to Coachella, people's point of view drastically changed. Though the group debuted amid the pandemic and the occasions they performed in front of real people are counted on the fingers, Ningning still has the confidence to perform live, in front of hundreds of people in a foreign country, and in one of the most anticipated music festivals in the world. Number 3. Liz, IVE. If you've watched our video about things people don't like about IVE, you will know that the act was said to debut too early, and people were annoyed by how the members' skills are rather lacking than most average idols. However, when Starship Entertainment released more videos about Liz's covering famous songs, many changed their mind right off the bat, because her vocal was not only stable, but her tone also had an oddly soothing and natural vibe to it. This unique color of her voice, stands out even more when she chooses the famous track Friday by IU to cover. Despite the broad vocal range and sophisticated legato and vibration requirements of the song, Liz still effortlessly nailed it. When the YouTuber JoJoBoz reacts to this cover of hers, he also said that she had the potential for the R&B and jazz genre, with that natural but slightly brassy voice. Maybe Starship is also well aware of her vocal, so when they let her do cover songs, most of them would be originally sung by IU or Taeyeon, two iconic soothing voices of K-pop. Liz herself was even confident in her impressive vocal, as even on radio, she just casually covered 4 Season with Yujin, and also released another cover of This Christmas by Taeyeon several days after that. These appearances also made people believe that, though Starship has never confirmed her position, Liz is still the implicit main vocalist of the group in the public's eyes. Number 4. Sieun, STAYC. As STAYC barely, or probably has never lip-synced on stage, it's super easy to spot the best vocalist of the group. According to netizens, it was none other than Sieun. And the reasons not only come down to her vocal range, but also the way she professionally adjusts the voice, and even the tone to best express the songs. Especially because most STAYC songs are bright and have an upbeat, high-teen vibe, but the other members' colors mostly fall into the mid-range and low husky genres. Sieun stands out significantly, as she can hit really high notes. Of course, Yoon and Sieun could also reach high notes, but in terms of an inherently strong vocal that could casually sing any song under any circumstances, aka the typical trait of a top vocalist, Sieun still deserves the spot. For example, when STAYC appeared on the radio of Seolgi, Sieun was the only member to effortlessly hit the falsetto of Wendy in Psycho, then moved on to dancing like nothing. Or back when she had just debuted for several weeks only, she had already proven herself to be a prowess singer, when casually hitting the highest note of STAYC So Bad while sitting. In the Bang Bang cover, she also hit the signature high notes of Ariana Grande with ease. And a little moment of Enhypen's Hee-sung, an idol that has been professionally trained for years, turning around to see who was singing when Sieun did the ad-lib, was also enough to say she was among the top vocalists of Gen 4. Number 5. Treasure's Bang Yedam. Similar to Lily, who struck people hard with the impressive vocal when first appearing on K-pop Star, Yedam quickly built up his reputation as one of the best vocalists of Gen 4 idols. Because not only his tone is unique, but even his capabilities of controlling various techniques to express the song is also overwhelming. The thing is, while fans admit that Yedam barely hit high notes, and seemingly, he's also not the expert on that, he still proves himself a prowess singer among top Gen 4 idols, by focusing more on his strengths, the heavy Western-inspired, a little swaggy, yet soothing tone. Even when the famous vocal coach Burke reacted to the vocal capabilities of all members in Treasure, he still picked Yedam out to be his top favorite voice. Because his use of dynamics, his manipulation of his own vocal texture are too good to ignore. Yedam's voice is also said to have a strong breathy feel. But as he knows how to incorporate power at the right time, listening to him all day was always a blessing. Yedam's voice was also good enough to draw the attention and flattering compliments from Shawn Mendes after his cover Nothing Holding Me Back, though at the time, he was only 15.
15? Wow.
Or as YouTuber It's Lexa showed in an 11-minute video that compiled all the viral moments of Yedam's special, unmatched vocal that can't be seen twice in K-pop. As many netizens said, they would never mind if Treasure's concert ticket was expensive, because Yedam's voice is super pricey already. Number 6. ONEUS's Seoho. Though ONEUS is not really a big group, Seoho's reputation still managed to go beyond the group scale, because when people listened to his voice only once, they immediately got hooked, with a vocal that is fully developed and masterfully controlled. His vocal range was also impressive, because despite being a male idol, he could reach notes higher than many female ones struggled to do. When the vocal coach Burke reacted to ONEUS' singing, his attention was also drawn to Seoho more. He even complimented that the falsetto and runs of Seoho were extremely beautiful. His improvisation and control capabilities were said to be impressive because, in the context where everyone was just chilling, Seoho still managed to hit both the pitch and the vibration gorgeously.
Vibrato in the end.
Really quick at the end, it's so good.
Many netizens also shared the same view, as after watching Seoho's cover of BTS's songs, they all wondered how his vocal could be versatile enough to change a tone from Jimin's part to Jungkook's in 1 second. His voice also reminds people a lot of the king of R&B Bruno Mars. And in the K-pop scene, this means his vocal is extremely special and skillful. So do you think these idols deserve the titles as the best vocalists of Idols Gen 4? Or do you have any other names in mind? Comment down below to share your thoughts with us. Also, remember to like, share, and subscribe to BeBoss TV for more interesting K-pop content. Thank you for watching.